Okay. So question 9 to 20 was your homework that I'll discuss first. Be attentive, everyone. Right? Ishika, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Sold goods to Natasha 10,000. Tell me the two effects.
Natasha is receiver.
Yes, as the name is given means it's a credit transaction. So Natasha is the receiver. Affects
Natasha's account.
Natasha's account. Natasha is the receiver. Affects Natasha's account. And second effect,
Good goes out.
goods goes out. Affects
Sales account.
sales account. Yes, correct. I'll repeat it. Be attentive, everyone. Very first, you'll ask the question, what comes in? Nothing comes in because name is given. So you cannot say cash comes in. It's a credit transaction. Which expense? No expense. Who is the receiver? Natasha is the receiver. Affects Natasha's account. In effect, what goes out? Sold goods. So goods goes out. Affects sales account. Then after that, her, unmute yourself. Her.
Yes, sir.
Received check from Natasha rupees 5,000.
So bank is the receiver.
Bank is the receiver. Affects
Bank account.
bank account. Okay, bank is the receiver. Affects bank account. And second,
Natasha is the giver. So it will affect Natasha's account.
yes, very good. Natasha is the giver. Affects Natasha's account. Correct. I repeat it. What comes in? Check comes in, but then we cannot write check comes in because when we receive the check, we will deposit the check in the bank. So if check is received, the effect will be bank is the receiver. Affects bank account. And second effect, what goes out? Nothing goes out. Which income? No income. Who is the giver? Natasha is the giver. Affects Natasha's account. Then 11th transaction, Druhi Roy.
Yes.
Paid salary 15,000 to Steve.
Salary, first of all, it's a cash transaction. And
One.
cash transaction, then salary is the expense, which affects salary account.
Yes, salary is an expense which affects salary account. As
And
in
then
cash transaction, name of Steve has no relevance. Ignore the name. We don't have to remember the name because the money is already paid. Second effect,
cash goes out.
cash goes out. Affects
Cash account.
cash account. Correct. So what comes in? Service comes in, and service comes in results into an expense. Which expense? Salary is an expense. Affects salary account. And second effect, what goes out? Cash goes out. Affects cash account. Shruti, tell me the 12th one. Shruti.
Yes, sir.
Paid shop rent 25,000 by check.
Sir, rent is an expense.
Correct. Shop rent is an expense. Affects which account?
Rent account.
Rent account or shop rent account. Very good. Shop rent is an expense. Affects rent account or shop rent account. Then second effect.
Bank is the giver.
Yes, because we have paid by check, so money will directly go from our bank account. So bank is the giver. Affects which account?
Bank account.
Bank account. Very good, Shruti. Correct. Mute yourself. Very good. I repeat it once again. What comes in? Service comes in, and that results into an expense. So shop rent is an expense. Affects shop rent account. Second, what goes out? Check goes out. But when we give the check, we will not write check goes out. Money will be directly paid from our bank. So effect will be bank is the giver. Affects bank account. Yes, Neil. Next one. Purchase machinery from Bumblebee Robotics for rupees 50,000.
Sir, machinery comes in.
Machinery comes in.
Machine affects machinery account.
Affects machinery account.
And sir, Bumblebee Robotics is the giver.
Bumblebee Robotics is the giver.
Affects Bumblebee Robotics account.
Yes, affects Bumblebee Robotics account. Correct. It's a credit transaction because the name is given. Okay, it's a credit transaction because the name is given. So we cannot say that cash is received or paid. So effect one, what comes in, machinery comes in, affects machinery account. Effect two, what goes out, nothing goes out. We cannot say cash goes out because it's a credit transaction. Which income, no income. Who is the giver? Bumblebee Robotics is the giver, affects Bumblebee Robotics account. Now 14th one. So Nemish, unmute yourself. Try the 14th one. Nemish.
Yes, sir.
Opened a bank account 10,000 with Bank of Baroda.
Yes, sir. What comes in?
You ask yourself what comes in. If we deposit the money in the bank, does anything come in our business?
No, sir.
No. What is the second question you'll ask to yourself?
Which expense?
Which expense? Are we incurring any expense over here?
No, sir.
No. Which is the third question you'll ask to yourself?
Who is the receiver?
If you deposit 10,000 with Bank of Baroda, who is the receiver?
Bank is the receiver.
Yes. So first effect is Bank of Baroda is the receiver.
Receiver.
Affects Bank
of Baroda accounts.
Did you understand it or you want me to explain it again?
No, sir. I understand.
Bank of Baroda is the receiver, affects Bank of Baroda account. Now, what is the first question you ask in second effect?
What goes out?
So here what goes out if you deposit 10,000 with Bank of Baroda?
Cash goes out.
Cash goes out. What goes out? Cash goes out.
Goes out.
Cash account. Is that clear now, Nemish?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Try it this way. It is not at all difficult. Next, Tushti, you will try with the next one.
Yes, sir.
Car insurance premium 1,000 for the shop by check, Tushti.
Sir, first of all, fire insurance is an expense.
Fire insurance premium is an expense.
And it will affect fire insurance account.
Yes, it will affect fire insurance premium account. Okay, fire insurance premium is an expense, affects fire insurance premium account. Is everyone clear with that? Then second effect.
Bank is the giver.
Since we have paid by check, so money will directly go from our bank account. So bank is the giver, affects
bank account.
Bank account. Okay, I repeat again. First, what comes in, service of insurance company comes in. That leads to second effect. Means second question, which expense is incurred? Fire insurance premium is an expense, affects fire insurance premium account. And in the second effect, what goes out? Check goes out. Whenever check goes out, the effect will be who is the giver? Bank is the giver, affects bank. Then 16th, Nishit.
Yes, sir.
Bought goods from Tom rupees 7,500.
Goods comes in.
Goods comes in.
Affects purchases account.
Affects purchases account. And effect two.
Tom is the giver.
Tom is the giver. Affects Tom's account. Very good. Perfect. I repeat it once again. What comes in? Goods comes in, affects purchases account. What goes out? Nothing goes out. As name Tom is given means it's a credit transaction. So we cannot say cash goes out. Which income? No income. Who is the giver? Tom is the giver, affects Tom's account. Vyom?
Sir, I want to try 17.
Yes, you try the 17th. Bought goods from Siddhi for cash rupees 7,500.
What comes in? Goods comes in.
Yes, what comes in? Goods comes in, affects
purchases account.
Purchases account. Very good. And second effect?
Cash goes out, affects cash account.
Yes, what goes out? Cash goes out, affects cash account. Perfect. Here the word cash is given means it's a cash transaction. So Siddhi's name is not to be remembered. It is to be ignored because it's a cash transaction. So what comes in? Goods comes in, affects purchases account. What goes out? Cash goes out, affects cash account. Kashak, 18th. Sold furniture for rupees 1,500.
So I should say like good comes in, Anna?
Yes. What comes in?
Cash comes in.
What comes in? Cash comes in. Did you try with the homework or not, Kashak?
No, sir, I had projects in my classes and also group discussions, so I was busy this week.
Okay, sold furniture. So money is received, cash comes in, affects cash account. Second effect,
Furniture goes out.
yes, what goes out? Furniture goes out, affects furniture account. Okay, furniture goes out, affects furniture account. Then sold goods of 12,000 to Yana on credit period of 10 days. Sahil?
Yes, sir. Sir, so Yana is the receiver.
Yes, it's a credit transaction. First of all, name Yana is given and credit period is also mentioned. So Yana is the receiver, affects
Yana's account.
Yana's account. Yana is the receiver, affects Yana's account.
Yeah. And goods goes out, so affects sales account.
Yes, and goods goes out, affects sales account. Very good, correct. First of all, what comes in? Nothing comes in because it's a credit transaction. We cannot say cash comes in. Then which expense? No expense. Who is the receiver? Yana is the receiver, affects Yana's account. What goes out? Goods goes out, affects sales account. Kasturi sold goods to Aryan for rupees 15,000.
Sir, Aryan is the receiver, affects Aryan's account.
Aryan is the receiver, affects Aryan's account. And second effect?
Goods goes out, affects sales account.
Goods goes out, affects sales account. Yes, I repeat it. First question we ask to ourselves, what comes in? Nothing comes in because again, name Aryan is given means it's a credit transaction. So nothing comes in. Which expense? No expense. Who is the receiver? Aryan is the receiver, affects Aryan's account. And what goes out? Goods goes out, affects sales account. Till 20 we have done. Now 21 onwards we proceed and finish the worksheet 3 today. Okay. Received cash from Nirali in full settlement of rupees 15,000. Okay, Neil, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So what comes in? Cash comes in.
Received cash is clearly given. So what comes in? Cash comes in.
Affects cash account.
Affects cash account.
And in the second effect, sir, what goes out? Nothing goes out.
What goes out? Nothing goes out.
Which income? No income.
Which income? No income.
Nirali is the giver.
Who is the giver? Nirali is the giver. Affects Nirali
account.
Perfect. Ansh, try the 22nd. Withdrew cash from bank for miscellaneous expenses.
Sir, in A1, what comes in? Cash.
What comes in?
Cash comes in.
Comes in.
Affects cash account.
Affects cash account.
And in second will be what goes out, nothing goes out.
What goes out, nothing goes out.
Which income, no income.
Which income, no income.
And who is the giver? Bank is the giver.
Yes, from bank we have withdrawn the money. So who is the giver? Bank is the giver, affects bank account. Very good, Ansh. Very good. Bank is the giver, affects bank account. Okay, very first of all, what are miscellaneous expenses? First, we need to understand what are miscellaneous expenses. Now be attentive, everyone. Miscellaneous expenses are small expenses. Okay, they are many in number but small in amount. Okay, tea, coffee, such small expenses, postage, stamps, we call them as miscellaneous expenses. Generally tea and coffee expenses. Okay, cold drinks, snacks, etc. what you have in your business, these type of small expenses are called miscellaneous expenses. And there is one more term for them. What is one more term for them? All of you can note down this in the terminologies itself. What is one more term for them? Either you call them as miscellaneous expense Either you call them as miscellaneous expense or you call them as what is this I have written? Can you read it?
Sundry.
Yes, be attentive. Either you call it as miscellaneous expense or you call it as sundry expense. Which expense? Repeat it.
Sundry expense.
Sundry.
Okay. SUNDRY is not sundry and it is not sundry. SUNDRY stands for sundry expenses. Now, what are these sundry expenses or miscellaneous expenses? Write down. Small expenses. Small expenses incurred in day-to-day business activities. Day-to-day means?
Daily.
Yes, daily.
Regular.
Regularly. Day-to-day business activities like tea, coffee, snacks, etc. are called miscellaneous or sundry expenses. Okay, either they are called miscellaneous expenses or they are called sundry expenses. If we have tea expense, cold drink expense, ice cream expense, we will not write tea account, cold drink account, coffee account. We will write all of them. We will write miscellaneous expense account or sundry expense account. Now my point is, if we have withdrawn the money from the bank for miscellaneous expense, why we cannot say miscellaneous expense is incurred and that affects miscellaneous expense account? Because right now we have only withdrawn the money and the money is not spent. Right now we have only withdrawn the money and the money is not spent. Okay. Is it mentioned that paid miscellaneous expenses? No, we have only withdrawn the money. Now understand it. What happens? Suppose in my classes also every day my staff and we and the other faculties have tea and coffee over here. So what we do is nearby shop, whichever serves tea and coffee, every day we ask the tea and coffee from that shop. And we settle week to week basis. How do we settle that amount? Weekly basis. So Monday to Saturday, whatever tea and coffee, etc., our staff members and employees have had, we every week pay by Saturday for the same, right? Now, what will I do? If Saturday I have to pay the money, will I withdraw the money from the bank in advance or not? Or Saturday when the tea wala comes and says, now pay me 1500 for the tea of this week, I will not say, you wait, I'll give you a check. Should I be keeping that money in my business in advance or not?
Yes, sir.
So what do? Thursday itself, I send my office boy to the bank and withdraw 1500 rupees so that such type of small and petty expenses can be paid from that 1500 rupees. Now Thursday, I go and withdraw the money from the bank. Is the money spent yet?
No.
No. Right now the money is only
Withdrawn.
And I will be spending it over a period of time. I will be spending that money over a period of time. And one more thing, you withdraw 1500 from the bank for miscellaneous expense doesn't mean that you withdraw it and 1500 of tea you have immediately. You'll be having that over a period of time, or you'll have all the 1500 of tea immediately. You'll have it over a period of time. So right now the money is only withdrawn, the money is not spent. Why I am discussing so much in detail? Because when we go to the next chapter, majority of you are going to do this mistake and they are going to tell me miscellaneous expenses and expense. Because so many transactions of expenses we will be practicing that the moment you see the word expense, first thing what will come into your mind, it is an expense for the business. Because your eyes, you first see the word miscellaneous expense, immediately what hits to your mind, this expense is incurred in the business. So you're going to make this mistake in future, and I'll come back to this transaction and tell you that you are making this mistake. Let me see how many of you remember it when we go to the next chapter. Now, 23rd transaction. 23rd transaction. Vyom.
Purchase the sofa set.
For office use 15,000. Yes.
What comes in? Sofa set comes in.
Sofa set comes in, or we can also call it as
Furniture.
Furniture comes in. Affects
Furniture's account.
Furniture account. Very good. What comes in? Furniture comes in, affects furniture account. Effective.
What goes out? Cash goes out.
Yes, we are purchasing the sofa set, so we will pay the money. So what goes out? Cash goes out, affects cash account. Yes, Vyom, perfect. Very good. Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Tushti, try the next one. Paid for internet expense of office rupees 8,000.
So, sir, first of all, what comes in? So, nothing comes in.
Yeah. You can say service comes in. We are using the internet service, so service comes in. Correct. Then? Yeah.
Second, which expense?
Which expense?
So, internet is an expense.
Yes, internet is an expense. Which expense is incurred? Internet is an expense.
And it affects the internet account.
Affects internet account. Very good, Tushti. Perfect. Then second effect.
What goes out? So cash goes out.
Yes, we have paid the money, so cash goes out. Affects
cash account.
Cash account. Perfect. Very good. Paras 25. Withdrew from bank for office expense rupees 7,000.
So miscellaneous expense is not incurred because it's only withdrawn.
Perfect.
It's not get.
Yes. What's the first question you'll ask to yourself in effect 1?
What comes in? Cash comes in.
Yes, what comes in? Cash comes in. Affects
cash account.
Cash account. Very good. And
what goes out? Nothing goes out.
What goes out? Nothing goes out.
Which income? No income.
Which income? No income.
Who is the giver? Bank is the giver.
Who is the giver? We have withdrawn from bank. So bank is the giver. Affects
bank account.
Very good. Correct. Bank is the giver, affects bank account. Will I try the 26th one? Wages paid by check rupees 20,000.
So what comes in?
What comes in?
Service comes in.
Yes, service comes in. So that leads to the second question, that is?
What is an expense?
Which expense is incurred?
Wages are the expense.
Yes, wages is an expense. Affects which account?
Wages account.
Wages account. Yes. What comes in? Service comes in. That leads to the second question. Which expense is incurred? Wages is an expense. Affects wages account. Now second effect, what is the
Wages
first
account. So bank is a giver.
Yes, we are paid by check means the money will go from our bank account. So bank is the giver. Affects
giver. Affects bank's account.
Affects bank account. Very good, Hriday. Did you understand it?
Yes.
Nemish, you try the next one. Received rent rupees 5,000.
Sir, what comes in? Nothing comes in.
Why? How will you receive the rent?
Oh, sorry. Cash comes in.
Yes. What comes in? Cash comes in. We'll receive the rent in cash, right? So cash comes in. Affects
cash account.
Cash account. Then second effect.
What goes out? Nothing goes out.
Then?
Which income? Rent is an income.
Yes. So actually services goes out, which results into rent is an income.
Is income.
Affects
rent account.
Rent account. Very good. Correct. Yes, Dhruvi, 28. Deposited 20,000 in Axis Bank.
What comes in? Nothing comes in. Which expense? No expense.
Correct.
And bank is the receiver.
Yes. Who is the receiver? Bank is the receiver. Affects
bank account.
Yes, bank account, or you can also write Axis Bank account. Yes. Second effect.
What goes out? Cash goes out.
What goes out? Cash goes out. Affects
Cash account.
cash account. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Try the next one.
Dina Bank credited rupees 300 for bank interest.
Okay. Be attentive. I'll explain it to you. When they say the word credited, it means deposited. Here, what do you mean by the word credited?
Deposited.
And same way, if they say the word debited, it means withdrawn. What will the word debited in case of bank include mean?
Withdrawn.
Okay, credited means deposited and debited means withdrawn. Now, if you all remember, I discussed with you that in bank transactions, that whenever we say bank is the receiver, what do we actually mean by that? When we say bank is the receiver, what
Account is the receiver.
Actually, when we say HDFC Bank is the receiver, doesn't mean HDFC Bank is receiving the money. But our account in the HDFC Bank is receiving the money. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Same way, when we say bank is the giver, it means our account in the bank is paying the money. Our account in the bank is the giver. Are you all clear with this? Now, if you maintain bank balance every month, then at the end of the month, will you earn interest on that bank balance or not?
Yes, sir.
Will you earn interest on that bank balance or not?
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Now, what will the bank do? They will come at your home and pay that interest in cash to you?
No.
No, sir.
Will they come at your home and pay you in cash?
No.
No, sir.
What will the bank do?
They'll directly deposit in your bank account.
Yes, they'll directly deposit the money in our bank account, and in passbook, they'll directly show a credit entry that this amount is credited to your bank account in the passbook or the bank statement. Therefore, when they use the word credited, it means
Deposited.
Now, here what happens? Bank itself is depositing the money in our bank account. Bank itself is depositing the money in our bank account. So can I say our account in the bank is receiving the money?
Yes, sir.
So our account in the bank is receiving the money means bank is the receiver. And when we say bank is the receiver, what does it actually mean?
Our account in that
Our
bank is
account
the
in the
receiver.
bank is the receiver. We cannot say bank is the giver. Of course, bank is the giver. Okay, but when we say bank account, we don't literally mean that bank. When we say bank account, we don't literally mean that bank. When we say bank account, it means our account in the bank. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the first effect over here? Write down. Mark this transaction as important. What comes in, nothing comes in. Which expense, no expense. Who is the receiver? Bank is the receiver. Now, when we say bank is the receiver, what do we mean by that here?
Our account in that bank is the receiver.
Our account in that bank is the receiver. Okay? That affects bank account. But when we say bank account, it means our account in the bank, not literally that particular bank. Is everyone clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Now, second question, second effect. What is the first question we ask to ourselves?
What goes out?
Does anything go out from the business?
No.
No.
No. Which income?
Interest.
Interest is an income for us?
Yes, sir.
So interest is an income affects bank interest account or simply interest account. Okay. Whenever we use the word bank account, it means our account in the bank is receiving or paying. That is what you have to see. So here, though bank is giving us the interest, we will not say bank is the giver, because we have to see from our account in the bank point of view, and our account in the bank is not the giver, but the receiver of that interest. Same way, let's try the next one. Bank deducted. Bank charges 100 from our bank account. Okay, bank deducted 100 of bank charges from our bank account. Now, what comes in?
Nothing comes in.
Nothing comes in. Which expense?
Charge.
Bank charges.
Yes, bank charges is an expense. Affects bank charges account. Are you all clear with this? Everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then second effect, what goes out?
Nothing goes out.
Nothing goes out because bank directly deducts the amount from our
Bank
account
account.
balance. So which income?
No income.
No income.
Who is the giver?
Bank is the giver.
Yes, because from our account, are we paying the money in the bank or not?
Yes, sir.
When we say bank is the giver, it means our account in the bank is the giver, which means it affects bank account. Okay, when we say bank is the giver, means our account in bank is paying the money. So our account in the bank is the giver, affects bank account.
Yes, sir.
Placed an order with national traders for supply
For
of
non-economic transaction.
non-economic transaction. Placing an order is a non-economic transaction because money is not involved.
Sir, I wanted.
Bank approved extended line of credit to 50 lakhs in our business current account. This is like bank overdraft. Bank has approved extended line of credit is like bank overdraft. Yes.
Sir, I think it is a non-economic activity.
Yes, we have done this earlier also. Bank has only approved it. Until we receive that money, it's a non-economic transaction. Do you all understand this?
Yes, sir.
Non-economic transaction, reason bank has only approved it. We have not yet received that line of credit. Okay, once the money is received, then only we can say it is an economic transaction. Kasturi?
Cash sales.
Cash sales rupees 70,000. Cash sales means sold goods for cash.
Cash comes in.
What comes in? Cash comes in. I want the answer in the order only, okay? In the order which we discussed. What comes in? Cash comes in, affects?
Cash account.
Cash account. Second effect?
Goods goes out.
Yes, what goes out? Goods goes out, affects?
Sales account.
Sales account. Is everyone clear with this? Okay, Vyom, 34th. Try with that. Distributed goods of 50,000 as free samples.
Sir, I think it is non-economic transaction.
Wrong. It is an economic transaction. If you all remember, I discussed with you 4 notes. Receiving goods as free samples is non-economic.
Non-economic.
Same goods you give as free samples is also
Non-economic.
Non-economic.
But our own goods, if you give as free samples,
Economic.
Economic.
see, from Colgate company's point of view, Close-Up company's point of view, they are giving their own toothpaste as free samples, I told you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Vyom, if you are giving your own goods as free samples, then is money involved in making those goods or not?
Yes, sir.
Are you doing advertisement by giving that free or not?
Yes, sir.
So that is an economic transaction. Okay, Vyom, see this notes over here which I made you write. Read note number 2.
Distributing own goods as free samples is an economic transaction.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we are distributing our own goods as free samples. Okay, all of you, what comes in?
Goods comes
in.
We are distributing the goods, we are giving the goods. How come goods comes in, they are going out? What comes in? Nothing comes in. Okay.
Which expense?
Which expense? Advertisement is an expense. Affects advertisement account. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
When we give goods as free samples, are we doing publicity of our business or not?
Yes, sir.
So we say advertisement is an expense affects advertisement account. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what goes out?
Good goes out.
Goods goes out and it will affect purchase account. Because which goods do we give as free sample? Same goods which were purchased or made by us?
Made by us.
So purchase account will be affected. Keep this in mind. Whenever goods are not sold, but still going out from the business, it will affect which account? Purchase account. So if goods are stolen by the thief, it will affect purchase account. If goods are taken by owner for the personal use, it will affect purchase account. If goods are given in charity, it will affect purchase account. Whenever goods are sold, it will affect sales account. But if goods are going out other than sales, it will affect purchase account. Whenever goods go out other than sales, it will affect which account?
Purchase account.
Purchase account.
Once again, if we give our own goods as free samples, we are doing publicity. So effect one, what comes in? Nothing comes in. Which expenses incurred? Advertisement expenses, and expense affects advertisement account. Second question, what goes out? Goods goes out. But goods are not sold, they are given for free. So we cannot write sales account. Because they are given for free, we will write purchase account. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, 35 to 44 is your homework. Okay, all of you, what is your homework?
35 to 44.
35 to 44. I'll just discuss one more term with you, then we wind up the session. In assets, last term is remaining. We studied fixed assets and current assets. That is non-current and current. Then we studied tangible and intangible. Now we study today fictitious assets. Repeat it, fictitious assets.
Fictitious assets.
Okay. In general, what do you mean by the word fictitious?
Which are not in real life.
Yes, imaginary, something which is not real. Okay. You all remember whenever you watch any movie or television serial, it comes in the beginning that this story is fictitious and it has no resemblance to any person living or dead. This kind of statement comes in the beginning.
Disclaimer.
What do you mean by, yes, disclaimer. What do you mean by fictitious over here?
Imaginary.
Imaginary.
Yes, but here fictitious assets means they are not imaginary assets. You imagine anything, you imagine Lamborghini car, you imagine helicopter, you imagine aeroplane. No. Here when we say fictitious assets means not real assets. Fictitious assets means not
Real assets.
So a question will arise, how can assets be not real? Because they are actually huge expenses. Actually, they are huge expenses, but the benefit of those expenses we are going to get for years and years. So we treat them as our asset. As our benefit, we are going to last for years and years. Now tell me, if you make an advertisement of 10 crore rupees, how much advertisement?
10 crore rupees.
Will it benefit to you only for 1 year?
No.
No.
Will it benefit to you for next 4-5 years or not?
Yes.
Yes.
This kind of huge expense is called fictitious asset. Means we have not incurred the money. In fact, we have invested in advertisement. We don't say that we have spent the money on advertisement. We say we have invested the money in advertisement because we are going to get the benefit of that for next 4, 5, 6 years. So this type of huge expense, though it is not an asset, but we treat it as an asset. That's why we call it as which asset? Fictitious asset. Means they are not really an asset, they are actually expenses. But because we treat them as assets, we call it as fictitious assets. So you remember one thing, fictitious assets are huge expenses. Repeat it, fictitious assets
are huge expenses.
That is how you remember it. Research and development. Okay, this Elon Musk, he's doing research and he's spending so much money on that research. Okay, that is also considered which expense? Fictitious asset. Because the benefit, once the things are successful, he will get the benefit for years and years. So it is actually not an expense for him. It is actually an asset for him, which is going to benefit him for years and years.
Yes, sir.
So all of you write down in the category of assets one more thing, okay? Fictitious assets. Write down fictitious assets. Write down huge expenses incurred in the business huge expenses incurred in the business, the benefit of which will be received over several years. Over several years is called fictitious assets. Example, advertisement, research and development, etc. They are also called deferred revenue expenditure. Write down this also. They are also called deferred, D-E-F-E-R-R-E-D. Deferred means postponed. Like your 12th standards exams are still postponed. So deferred revenue expenditure. Okay, fictitious assets are also called deferred revenue expenditure. Keep this in mind. Sure. Bye everyone.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
4 o'clock rejoin it. Okay, 4 o'clock rejoin for business studies. Bye.